And here we go. And good to see you. Welcome to, what's it called now? What's our show called?
I don't know. What is it called?
Daddy and Maya Show.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I wasn't sure if you want to call it Maya and Daddy Show or Dave and Maya Show, but it's weird if you call your dad Dave. You've never called me Dave.
No. You recognize how in that picture my hat was backwards? That represents how cool I am.
Should we have a look? Let's take a look at the picture again. Yeah, you can see there, very cool picture. And that was quite some time ago. I think that was us in Sri Lanka. I was hosting a big Sri Lankan rugby event, big tournament, and that was us. Or it might be, I'm not sure, it might be the Rixos Hotel in Ras Al Khaimah. I can't tell because you don't see a really small view of us. But anyway, that's about 4 years ago, would you say? You look very small, whereas now you're...
That was not 6.
No? How old are you?
I don't know, probably 4.
4?
Yeah.
You see, when you get old like me, it blurs together. You can never tell what age anybody is. But I'm guessing that now you're about, what, 11-ish?
Yeah.
10-ish? 12?
No, 11.
11? Good. I'm not far off then. Okay, welcome to Dave Crane Daily. We're changing on a weekend. It's Daddy and the Daddy and Maya Show. And I'm Daddy.
And I'm Maya.
There you go. Now, we talked last week about the things that we do that we enjoy, and you've been talking all week to me about your passion about the Squid Game. So I didn't get it. I mean, I love Korean TV and Korean cinema, but it's become such a thing for you at school, even to the point where you play the game with teachers at school. Can you explain?
So I like what happens in school?
Yeah, tell us about... In fact, hold on, before we do that, have you got a drink?
No, it's in the other room. I'll get it in a bit.
Okay, well, do you want to grab some water, just so we can go cheers to everybody? Cheers, by the way. Grab your drink and enjoy. We're going to come back with the Squid Game and have we think about that. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
There you go. Cheers. So with that back again, Maya, we're talking about what you do at school with the Squid Game. Enlighten. Does that mean you actually kill people at school for fun?
Sadly not. So what happens is that...
Sadly not.
So what happens is that in school, we were bored because we were playing the same old games where we have to jump over the skipping rope. So I was like, why don't we play red light, green light? And it was just the 4 of us until each day more and more people joined. And
red light, green light, let's just explain. It's not you shoot people if they move.
Oh yeah, we also have like our swimming poles, but school cuts into like quarters.
Noodles.
So it's really small. Yeah, the noodles. And we hold it and pretend it's like a gun, but except we don't tell the teachers it's a gun.
Right, okay, that's getting a bit weird now. Let's explain red light, green lights. It's basically, you look away, and then when you turn around, so you look away and it's red light, when you turn around and say green light, explain.
So, there's this person, there's this person who is the one saying red light, green light, and there's everyone else trying to get to the end. There's a timer, a 5-minute timer, but we play it without a timer. So what happens is that they shout green light, they look away, and everyone has to run. And when they shout red light, they have to...
Freeze.
Freeze, or they are out.
Okay, so when I was at school, what's the time, Mr. Wolf? And
I used to play it lots of times.
So it's the same kind of thing.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Thank goodness. I thought it was a bit more grim than that. Now, the thing I want to talk about now, Maya, and I find it fascinating, is Squid Game is part of your culture now. Everyone talks about it. If you try to go la 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 and don't talk about Squid Game, you lose out in a lot of conversations with the cool kids. Is that true?
I am the cool kids.
But it's true for the fact that everyone's talking about it.
Yes.
Okay, so we made a decision because you asked me all week, Daddy, can I see Squid Game? And I watched a little bit of it and I thought it was okay for you to watch. I did lots of reviews on it before I put it in front of you. But as an 11-year-old on a show that's, I think it's meant to be 16 plus because it's got a lot of excessive violence in, I made a call that you can watch it with us. And if it gets bad, then we'll stop. Because I didn't want you to see that it was going on without you being part of it and seeing what was going on. But at the same time, I felt that if there's anything on there that's disturbing enough, you'll say that. I mean, you don't even like watching kissing on TV. You go, oh, tell me when it's off. So I figured you'd tell me if there's anything too horrible. Now, I've watched 2 episodes so far. Did it freak you out?
No, I enjoyed it.
Is that because you're a really weird kid who enjoys watching violence, or does it just not bother you?
It doesn't bother me.
Okay.
I got really excited for it, so it won't stop me about the violence.
Okay, now let's put this in perspective. Now, there will be a lot of people who are commenting and saying, I don't think that you should be doing this. Here's the thing, from a parental point of view, I don't want my daughter to be numb, but I want her to understand what processes are. This is purely a drama. But around the world right now, there are real things that are happening. On the news, it's more frightening. There's lies being told by politicians all over the world about what's right, what's wrong, what's good, what's white, what's black, what's coloured, you name it. I think that kids nowadays are connected, and I think that if you don't connect them with what's real out there and at least guide their hand during the process of seeing it for the first time, they'll make up their own opinion and they'll see it anyway. Let's face it, on YouTube, can you see pretty much anything you want if you wanted to? I mean, there's parental lock on it, but it doesn't mean that things can't come up.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember years ago we had a thing called Momo that was freaking everybody out.
Yeah.
Can you explain Momo?
So Momo's the one with the giant eyes that look just very tired looking monster, which is terrifying with long arms, long legs and everything. And I was terrified of it until my dad showed me the actual video of it. And it was pathetic.
And we sang a song about it.
Yes.
And it didn't freak you out. Before that, it was the fear of it rather than the actual thing of it that freaked you out.
Because everyone started talking about of all like haunted stories about it and everything.
And there's also a thing called the blue whale or something. What was that about?
It was this guy who did this, pretended like tracked you and made you do like challenges that, you know, very bad challenges.
So
and everything.
it's picking on vulnerable teenagers and young people and saying if you didn't do this, this and this, then the blue whale would get you, or something would get you.
Yeah, break into your house, whatever. Like, even one of the things is you have to like get a knife, you have to cut like your skin to make a whale. And I remember seeing this guy who got the message from the blue whale person and just started making fun of him, and just he had no and the blue whale person had no response to him because he didn't know how to respond back.
So it's really important sometimes, and this is my own choice, it's not your choice, you do what you want to with your kids, but I think it's really important to be able to open up their eyes to the world that we're in, so at least you can make your own choices, because you never know when I might not be there, or you might be on your own, and you have to make a calculated decision. In my opinion, it's best if it's done with as much knowledge about the real world as possible. And I've got to ask you, with the Squid Game, are you scared of it now?
I was before.
And now?
When my friend showed me this video of it, of everyone getting shot in green light, red light, she tried to make it as funny as possible, and she watched it with me so I wouldn't be too scared until Daddy showed me what it actually was, and it wasn't that bad.
Okay, so this is still going to be controversial. I know some people are going to turn around and say, well, I don't think you should still be doing it, and that's your call, same as it is with me and my daughter. Now, one thing you can celebrate this week, you've got some celebrations of becoming house captain, and also
Student council.
Student council and house captain voted in by all the people in your class and in your upper year, I believe. Is it right?
Upper year for house captain and class for student council.
Congratulations, that's really good. And that's because you understood what was right for people, and they understood that you were a leader in many ways, I'm guessing. I mean, you've got your own spin on it. You just went, yeah, I got picked.
Yeah. I just felt really bad for the people who didn't get picked, so...
Bit of empathy there. Brilliant. So, okay, so we've only watched 2 episodes of Squid Game. It may turn darker later on. I wouldn't be surprised if it does, but...
Yeah, my friend told me that episode 4, even though she didn't watch it, she knows what happens because she saw it on TikTok. She said that episode 4 was a bit grim.
Yeah, I'm sure, because you end up with the drama working. You need to see some things that go bad and good. Now, here's the thing that I put on this, where a lot of people are going to make some comments on this. Disney movies, from the very beginning, have always had tragedy. They always have a parent or somebody loved being killed in the middle of it, or at the beginning. Bambi, everybody loses somebody really important to them. So it's already been built in to cartoons for kids, just how tragedy affects them. And so for me, I want my daughter to be able to understand the way the world is, because the real world, in my opinion, is a lot more scary than the Squid Game. And at some point, you have to make your decisions on that. So with that moving forward, what would be your advice to parents, your advice to kids about making decisions about what you can and can't watch? Let's start with parents. What's your advice to parents?
what they can't watch.
No, what would you say to parents about the way, if they're petrified about Squid Game and all the rest of it and things like that, what would you say? Because you watched Twilight when you were younger. I didn't choose it.
My mum showed me when I was like 4.
No, you weren't 4. She showed you when you were about 9
6.
or 10.
No,
you
not
watched it
9,
here,
not 9.
in this house.
No, I watched it in the other house. I watched it in this house for the 3rd time.
Okay then. Twilight with the sparkly vampires. Did it freak you out? Do you have nightmares about it?
No, it did not freak me out.
Have you had nightmares about it?
No, but the
You were Team Jacob.
No.
Yes.
No.
Okay, alright, go on. Go on.
I didn't have nightmares about Twilight. I just had nightmares about like the Mummy movie where it went like the bug went like into his head. And
Okay.
stuff.
And what happened when you had nightmares? What happened with that movie when you said I don't like it?
I told you to turn it off.
And we switched it off immediately.
No, I started screaming, turn it off!
So I switched it off, and have we been back to it since?
No.
And would I put it in front of you without your permission?
No.
There you go. So those are choices. So therefore, for adults who are looking at this video, your advice to them about their kids is what?
Show them what the videos are, but watch it with them and make sure they're fine with it once they finish watching like the scary part. And if they don't like it, then turn it off immediately and let them recover for it. Like I couldn't sleep for a couple of days.
No, you could.
No,
you just mentioned it to me, that's all.
No, I literally had nightmares for a couple of days.
Okay, but that was a bit where the guy gets caught with a bug that goes up in his skin and moves around like that. And that wasn't even the scary part of the Mummy. That was just something that you didn't like. Because you're not a big fan of bugs and stuff. Okay, so then to kids. What's your advice to kids who are saying about Squid Game and other shows like that and they're worried about watching it or they want to try and watch it without asking their parents? What do you suggest?
Don't watch it with me. I will...
Watch it with you?
Don't watch it with me. No.
With you?
Don't watch it with me.
I'm with their parents. Should they watch it on their own, or should ask their parents about watching it?
Yeah. Watch it with their parents and ask their parents. But like, don't watch it with me.
Honey, if I don't know who you are, how am I going to ask you to watch it?
So like,
What?
that reminded me in school, like how my friends wanted to watch Squid Game, and I'm like, are you allowed? And they're like, I don't know. And I was like, ask your parents if you're allowed then. Don't just question it.
Ah, so what you're saying when watch it with me is like your friends wanted to watch it with you. Stop swinging around.
No, they didn't want to watch it with me. But if you ever want to watch it with me, don't. Because I will scare you.
I don't really know what you're talking about. Let's have a short break and then we'll come back and summarize this whole thing. Hope you're enjoying this. It's the Daddy and Maya show. All the way to spend your weekend. And we're talking about what show?
The Squid Game.
Squid Game. So to summarize it, then we're saying that parents should trust their kids but watch it with them, and kids should ask their parents before they watch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what's that?
What's what? It's a biscuit. Biscuits. Do you want biscuits?
No, they don't look that tasty.
Well, they're not. I didn't offer them to you. They're my biscuits. Am I sitting in my beautiful office chilling out?
You just did ask me.
Okay, well, I've taken it back. I've taken the biscuits back. Look, there you go. Off. No more biscuits for you. Get your own lunch. That's how we chill out. Maya, it's been a pleasure, as always. I hope you got something out of that. I'd love to know your thoughts and your comments. And I think in the future, I mean, you're 11 now. We've never hidden stuff from you, but we have been very careful about what you're able to see. My opinion was always that if you were going to see it anyway, I'd rather that you had an opinion on things and you're able to put into perspective what was real, what was not real. We brought you up in a culture of superheroes when you wanted to understand about vampires and werewolves. Even when you had nightmares about vampires and werewolves, what was the thing I taught you about being able to deal with them?
To either pretend to, like, turn yourself into their friend, or become one of your favorite superheroes to beat them up with.
Okay. There was a third thing. So you become a superhero, so you deal with it properly.
Yeah.
Whichever your superhero is. You become friends with the thing that's trying to get you.
Or you become them.
Or you become them.
Or you become bigger than them.
Sure. Yeah, but you become them. So therefore, if you're being chased by vampires, become a vampire. And suddenly, you're mates. And it's no problem. And how's that work for you?
No, never used it. I tried to use it, but I never... I don't think about it when I'm dreaming.
So you don't have nightmares like that anymore?
I do. But I don't I don't think about it while I'm dreaming, so.
Okay, well, that's because you're in your dream.
Yes.
But if you had to snap out of it and go back in again, that's when you use it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. So with that, thanks very much. You
Can I
showed me
ask you
about
one question?
I'm not going to ask any questions because the last question I asked you about using reframing, using hypnosis and NLP, you said, "Oh yeah, cheers, Dad. I don't do it."
I try to, though.
Okay, well that really helps. Let's move on next to. I'll give you one question, which is this: if you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Okay, I'm not sure. I'd probably have speed.
To what? Get off the bathroom faster.
No, I'm not good at running. I suck at running, so I want to run faster. That means I can get out of situations quicker.
Okay, fantastic. Or even not get into situations in the first place. Do you know what my superpower would be?
What, to slow down time?
Completely. Do you know why?
Why?
Because then life would be like this. Possibly not as boring as that.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure having you here. Look forward to catching up same time next week. Do you want to say any last thing before we go?
Yes, please do, if you have any children or if you are a child watching this, make sure, about the movie thing. And also, please do comment down what you want your superpower to be.
Good point. Whatever your superpower would be. Mine's freezing time. Yours is to move fast like the Flash, I guess.
Yep.
And I'd love to know what your superpower is. Put it in the comments and I'll share it with Maya and we'll give you a comment on that when we come back same time next week. Meanwhile, have a lovely day, lovely time and a lovely day. It's been a weekend and it's been us on behalf of myself.
And Maya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Cheers. Have a great weekend.